Hey guys, came for 15, back at it with another video for you guys. Back with another ep- cheese. Oh boy. What else do I have to say as I change from my Dragon Ball Z background to my Angels background? Yes, I'm talking about Angels baseball again. The team that I just had to be a fan of. I could have been a fan of any other fucking team in the MLB, but I chose to be a fucking Angels fan. Painfully. Painfully. Again, if I were to go back in time, I would go tell my younger self because at that time I was kind of on the middle between being an Angels and Dodgers fan. I should have just told my I should go back in time and tell my younger self, you know what? As much as I would hate to admit this, I would go back in time and tell my younger self, hey man, don't bother being with the red team. Go be with the blue team. Because blue is your favorite color. There you go. Right? That way I could have some success when it comes to my sports teams. Anyways, I'll at least have one team that is actually successful. Regardless. The Angels. Speaking of the blue team, they got swept by the fucking Dodgers, and they got outscored in the entire series 31-3. Just absolutely ass whooping, absolutely embarrassment. But what more can I say about the Angels, guys? What more can I say about the Angels? The Angels suck. I'm glad some more national media people are actually starting to realize, like, oh no, this is not a fucking Angels problem. This is an Artie Moreno problem. But again, a loss. We have to deal with it as painful Angel fans as can be. And we won't be able to get out of under this whole mess until Artie Moreno no longer owns this team in any capacity. Whether that is he eventually sells the team at some point, or whether that's the fact he is eventually being laid to rest for good. I don't know I just don't know. I'm not watching Angels game like legitimately from beginning to end in probably a few weeks. I think the last time I probably watched an Angel game in full was the last time they actually genuinely got an actual full-on win. And I'm not talking about the game against Toronto. I'm talking about like early April. But the free fall has started. The season has already ended before it began. It's like I always say. The moment opening day starts, that's it. The Angels season is officially over. They were solid the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season. Yeah, they had some games where they should have won. They had some games where they should have fucking not lost, and some solid games where they did win. And then the sky came off and everything. And it really started after the New York Yankees series going into that first series back at home. I think when we played the fucking Blue Jays or some shit. Since then, the team has been trash. Well, actually, shit, if you go back to it, if you're being real, it was the fucking Royals series that made things go from bad to worse. When they should have swept the Royals, they had winnable game after winnable game after winnable game, and they kept blowing it. Then they got swept by them, then they got swept by the fucking White Sox. Then they go on another fucking road trip. They got they lose to the Blue Jays after having, hey, somewhat of a solid homestand to end off the homestand. They lose to the Blue Jays again. They get swept by the fucking Guardians, and they get swept at home to the fucking Dodgers, which it realistically wasn't even a home game. It was more of a damn Dodger home game than anything. It was literally Dodger Stadium fucking Anaheim. Because you know why? The Angel fans don't want to fucking waste their fucking time going to an Angels Dodgers game. Does Artie Moreno fucking care? No, he doesn't. He doesn't care if the stadium's fucking blue. He doesn't care if the stadium's fucking purple, for crying out loud. As long as he doesn't see any green empty seats, he's good. But the season's over, man. The season's cooked. Kurt Suzuki, as expected, is weighing over his fucking head. Yeah, let's completely hire a guy with no coaching experience and put him in a shitty ass organization, in a shitty ass system with a shitty ass owner, and legitimately now we can all say a shitty ass GM when it comes to acquiring free agent talent, helping him lead the charge. See, unlike a Stephen Vogt who never managed a day in his fucking life, goes over to Cleveland. Cleveland has a fucking good organization in there. They don't sign free agent talent, but they sure as hell can draft properly and get these players developed nicely. The fucking Rays, Tampa Bay Rays, they can't fucking draw any fucking superstar player to go play with them. But you want to know what they do? Why are they always successful? Why are they always good? Because they got a nice organization there. Again, owners that, yes, in their freaking in their respective teams, sheep asses. The Guardians owner is a cheap ass. They won't pay premier talent to come over there and play with Cleveland. Same goes with Tampa Bay. But they still let the baseball guys do the baseball things and they stay out the fucking way. They don't they they allow them to do what they need to do. And two, they also compensate with the fact that they are good teams at developing these players in their farm system. So then by the time they come up, hey, they're solid MLB players. Now, the Angels in their farm system, they do have some solid players in their farm system. Here and there, solid players. If there's one thing Perry Minasian has done is he has, and on my honest opinion, I think he has drafted well. And I think he has definitely had the farm system actually get a lot of talent there. There's a lot of talent if you go watch Rancho Cucamonga, the freaking Quakes. Got a lot of talent there in Rancho Cucamonga. Go support that product. Don't waste your time going to Anaheim. Go support that fucking product in Rancho Cucamonga. Because there are better guys out there. That's the better Angel team. They're second place in the division, in their division in the Cal League. I know they didn't win the series against the Lake Elsinore Storm, but still, solid team. Got a lot of top prospects on their team right then and there playing. Trey Gregory Alford, Angelo Marquez, Hayden Alvarez. They got Lucas Ramirez down there. They got Dylan Jordan, Talon Haley. Got a bunch of good guys down there. That honestly, for the cheap ticket, the highest you can go to a Quakes game is probably like $20. Go waste your money there instead of waste your fucking money watching an damn Angel game. That's what I would do if that's the case. Now, obviously, if it's far for you, you live in OC, you're deep in the heart of Orange County. Yeah, Orange Cucamonga for you may be a drive, especially with fucking traffic. But regardless, I'd say go support the local Inland Empire team, and go support that. But regardless, the Angels are a complete trash. But again, like I said, it was Kurt Suzuki. He's in over his head. He doesn't know what he's fucking doing. Again, it's like I said in the Artie Moreno video when he talked about how winning is not a priority. This MFer has to sell the damn team. He just doesn't care. And then again, why is I a fan should care if the owner is not going to care? I just said it. I haven't watched a game from beginning to end, and I don't have no plans on wasting my time watching an Angel game from beginning to end. I'm even skeptical of even wanting to go to the fucking ballpark with the fact that apparently we got fucking critters. It's a fucking petting zoo out there. We got fucking rats and mice running all over the concession stands. So if I ever do decide to go to an Angel game, well, I'm gonna probably be hesitant to fucking buy food because I don't know if it actually had fucking rat feces all over it. And then yesterday against the damn Dodgers in the afternoon game, there's a fucking possum in the top deck. How? How the hell would a possum be in the stadium? So apparently now we can take out the fact that okay, Angel Stadium, Artie Moreno's talking about how it's safe and affordable. Well, now you can take out the safe because now we got fucking animals walking around here. What's fucking next? We're gonna see fucking raccoons in the fucking seats now. I'm gonna be going to the Angel game, and the next thing you know, I sit next to a fucking rabid raccoon just chilling there with its babies. So now apparently Angel Stadium is now Angel Stadium Anaheim, the petting zoo. Because now we got only not only got fucking rats, we got possums now. So what's next? What's the next animal on the menu? We're gonna see raccoons now? Because if rats and fucking possums are there, surely there's gotta be a raccoon hiding around the stadium. Jeez Louise. I guess Rally Monkey, a rally went to fucking Guantanamo Bay and said, I'm just done with this. You can have the rally rat and the rally possum. What's next? We see squirrel up in there? That's what I'm fucking talking about. I don't know how the fuck a fucking possum gets in there. How the hell did a possum get in there? And how the hell did the possum get all the way to fucking top deck? And what the hell is a possum doing in kind of a city industrial area in Anaheim? Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Regardless, this Angel team is gonna lose 100+ games, maybe. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. I hope they do. I hope they lose 100+ fucking games. They're the worst team in baseball. They got the worst record in all of baseball, and they just flat out fucking suck. The players look like they probably just don't come in there and they're like, oh, okay, let's just get this fucking game over with so then we can go back in the clubhouse and endure another fucking ass whooping next week or the next game. Players play with no fucking hustle. Players play with no fucking passion. There's no anger. There's no nothing. Phil Nevin, Joe Madden, and fucking Ron Washington got more out of this fucking trash ass fucking team more than whatever the fuck Kurt Suzuki's getting out of these fucking guys. And when you compare all those three last guys I just mentioned, Ron Washington was probably the best. Phil Nevin was, amongst Angel fans, fucking hated. And the fact that this guy came in here and for 2 years, he did a way better job than what Kurt Suzuki has been doing a month and a half, really 2 months and a half into this damn job. Phil Nevin got more out of this fucking team than freaking Kurt Suzuki can. There's been no closed door meetings. There's been nothing. So that already tells me the players done checked out already. They're coming in and they're doing their damn thing and they're just going to enjoy the rest of the season. Just get through the season and then whatever it is, whatever it is. It's a complete shit show. I don't even know if you can call it a shit show. This is probably hell. These guys should not probably be called the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They should probably be called the Los Angeles Devils of Anaheim because that's what they are. That's what this team are. They should change their name permanently to the Devils because that's what they are. They're just devils. And on top of it, you got Lucifer himself and Artie Moreno running this whole operation to the fucking ground, taking this organization straight to hell. My God. If Gene Autry saw this shit, he's probably rolling over his fucking grave. You know, Disney probably like, shit. With the money we're making all these fucking movies, maybe we should never sold this fucking team. I've been a Paramanasian defender for the past few years, but I can't defend this shit. When you have guys like Kenley Jansen who said openly that they wanted to be back in Anaheim, how do you not resign him? You have no closer. You have no closer. And that stretch where when I talked about the Royals, you cut Jordan Romano because, oh, he hurt maybe Kurt Suzuki's fucking feelings because he didn't want to be taken out of a fucking game when he only needed to get one more fucking out. They basically gave him fucking Jordan Romano because he blew 2 fucking games against the fucking Yankees when historically he's never been good against the fucking Yankees. Statistics would have told you that. Permanente needs to fucking be fired. He needs to go. Now he's already on a 1 year fucking contract, so the Angels more than likely will just keep these guys to the end of the year and then they'll just let them go. They'll hand them their pink slip and they'll just tell them, hey, you're not coming back. We're looking for new people. I defended Perry, but I can't defend him no longer. His free agency acquisitions and his deadline acquisitions, they're just completely trash. I understand the man's being handcuffed by an incompetent owner, but I just mentioned again and again and again. You got teams like the fucking Guardians and you got teams like the fucking Rays. Owners cheat with them, but they still find a way to be solid teams that put on a winning product on the fucking field. Regardless, you can't go up to your fucking owner, your boss, and say, boss, we need this, we need that, we need this. I need you to be a little bit more frugal with your money. I'll talk about Artie Moreno in a second. But regardless, Permanente needs to be go. The only good thing Permanente's got for him is the fact that he's had some solid draft picks where he actually made the farm system look a lot better than what it did when he first got here. That's one thing I can just own. That's one thing I can admit. The farm system looks a lot better than how it does look. There is talent there. There is pitching talent there. There is hitting talent in the organization. It's there. But like I mentioned, these are guys we're not going to see down the road for shit 3-4 years. And the thing you got to hope on is they become really good players when they get to the MLB. Because if they end up becoming bust, well then shit. Then we're looking at his drafts and we're like, okay, then yeah, he can't draft. But like I made a mention, there's a lot of talent now down there that are promising talent. And if they come up and eventually get that opportunity and they go lights out, well then the Angels are set up for success for the future. That is something to be happy about. And that's something maybe we can give a credit for Perry and be like, okay, he sucked as his GM, but at least he gave us some solid talent that, guess what? We see maybe 10 years down the road, they're all called up, like a Gregory Alford and shit like that. And they're great players. But he needs to go. And then Perry Manassian's, every time he gets interviewed by the media, he gives these He gives these answers like he's the smartest guy in the room, like and shit like that. Like a week ago, he talked about, oh, we'll be fine. We'll turn this ship around and do everything. Ninja, you got your asses whooped by the fucking Guardians and by the Dodgers. You got swept in back-to-back series. Just like you got swept to the Royals, who are a bad team, and you got swept to the White Sox, who are a bad team. Yeah, they beat the Cubs 2 out of 1. And now you got people acting that the White Sox are anything good. No, they're not a good team. They got some solid talent, I'll give them that. But they're not a good team. That's not a good baseball team. You got swept by two of the worst team, and then you got swept by two opponents. And I'm only disappointed in the fucking Dodger one. Typically, despite how bad the fucking Angels are, if there's one fucking series I would expect the Angels to get up for, and they treat it like it's their fucking World Series, is the fucking Dodger series. The Dodger series, they're always fucking competitive for whatever fucking reason. Last year, they swept these fucking busters. And they played baseball like I never seen them play baseball. They took that shit seriously. But this season, they just got their asses whooped. 6-0, then 15-2, and then fucking, I forgot the score of the Sunday game. Embarrassing. It was so bad to the point you got even fucking Dodger fans like, fuck, man. Those, jeez Louise. I'm glad we don't have to hear these fucking guys talk about us, about them beating us and shit. But fuck. I feel bad for these fucking guys. Yeah, Artie Moreno needs to sell that fucking team because it doesn't help when the Angels are a bad team. Even fucking Dodger fans can tell, oh no, that guy needs to fucking sell the team. Like when you got the fucking opposition, the people that are supposed to hate us actually feeling bad for us. And there are Dodger fans that actually genuinely do feel bad for us. Some of them would just be like, ha, 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 who cares about those guys? But some of these Dodger fans who are actually pretty cool Dodger fans, they genuinely feel bad for Angel fans. And they're like, whoa, whoa. I knew the Angels were bad, but fuck, they were that bad? They typically show up to play us all the time, despite how bad they are or whatever. And I think this is the one series when the Dodger fans finally realized, oh shit, yeah, okay. They're right. He does need to sell the fucking team. Maybe it was also the fact that the possum was there too. I mean, okay, yada, yada, yada. They need to sell the team. So for Dodger fans who were saying, whether it's on social media or shit like that, oh, no, Artie Moreno needs to sell the fucking team and save these Angel fans. Respect to you. You earned my tip of the cap. Thank you. I appreciate you. See, I'm cool with Dodger fans like that. Not the fucking Dodger fans that, let's just be honest, some of these guys are fucking Ohtani bandwagoners who went over to the Dodgers because of Ohtani, are just bandwagoners of Dodgers baseball who, guess what? They were never a fucking fan, but all of a sudden when the Dodgers got good, they start peeping out of their closets and everything. But the true and passionate Dodger fans that were there during their fucking dark years with a terrible owner in Frank McCourt, I have respect for them, and they're saying, okay, yeah, they're going through the same shit we had to fucking deal with. Where we had an incompetent owner running around this fucking, running around and owning this fucking team with his history, and when they're fucking good, the team and the fans show out, and they support this team. The Dodger fans know what it's like to be under an incompetent owner. They know. So that's more than likely why they feel bad for us and why they are saying, no, Artie Moreno needs to sell the team. Because they know, oh, we know what it's like to be under an incompetent owner where we know as a fan base, we can't do shit unless MLB or somehow, some way, the guy sells the team. In the Frank McCourt situation, MLB had to get involved with that. They had to, which forced the sell of McCourt to basically Magic Johnson and his group. And obviously, You can tell why they're so successful. Magic Johnson played on a winning organization in the Lakers. That's all he does. That's all he breathes, winning. He wasn't going to acquire this shit, the Dodgers, if that means I'm not going to put as much money as I possibly can with this ownership group of mine, Mark Walter and the others. If that doesn't mean we're not winning shit. Even if they're not winning fucking championships, at least they're fucking competitive and they're winning and they're going to the playoffs every fucking year. But Permanente needs to go. His answers are too condescending. Again, he answers like he's smarter than the room, and he's just like, well, what do you expect me to do? That's the shit that pisses me off. Kurt Suzuki saying, like, yeah, look, when he's asking a proper question from Sam Blum, who some Angel fans just hate. I don't know why. He's just he's asking the questions that need to be asked. Sam Blum literally told Kurt Suzuki, answer the question like, hey, what can you do to get Angel fans to trust you guys? Because let's just be honest, you can't call this a cold stretch. There are Angel fans out there that don't believe this is a cold stretch. They know for the past few years, this has just been a repeated effort of losing. And Kurt Suzuki playing off like, yeah, the only way we can do is we got to turn it around. We got to start winning. Yeah, we know that. There's that. You got the regurgitated media, AMA 30 and their bullshit that they spew. But then again, I was watching to Halos in the infield, and one of their hosts, because they're one of their hosts were saying like, I can't really blame the commentators and shit like that. Probably deep down inside, they probably feel the exact same way we do. Now I bet you 9 out of 10 times they sound the exact same way. They probably are feeling the exact same way that we do. But the problem is Angels PR is telling them you can't say this shit. And two, when you're being paid, guess what? You're not going to say negative things like that, especially that's the cost of you potentially losing your job. So for all we know, and you want to know a proper example is just a Victor Rojas. Since Victor Rojas has left the organization, he has been 100% more critical. He has called Artie out. He's even gone on record saying he called Artie personally and privately and said, hey, man, you got to change how you do business. If you want this team to be successful like you say you want them to be, you have to be the person for change. Artie Moreno was like, yeah, I get it. I understand. Thank you for letting me know that, Victor. And then he walks around and he closes the door. He's like, get a load of this fucking clown. I'm not changing damn shit. You can't tell me what to do. I make fucking money. I'm a fucking billionaire. I ain't gonna listen to some guy making just thousands of dollars. Why should I listen to that fucking guy? He used to work for me. He's a commentator. Huh, I ain't listening to him. We know there's times Wayne Randazzo can be very critical of the team and the way they play. I don't listen to the radio, so I can't hear what Terry Smith and Mark Langston talk about. Gubazar is the most positive one you can think, but I bet you deep down, he's probably like, Lord have mercy. I bet you he probably wants to be critical and he wants to say it, but he has to put a smile on his face because he knows that, well, guess what? If I say something out of place, well, then they're going to let me go. And I know Angel fans love me. I don't want to leave. But as quick as Angel were to fire him, he'd probably go find a nice commentating job to go be with Kansas City. I guarantee the Royals would pick him up gladly to be like a color commentator for them. As much as we rag on fucking Trent Rush and fucking Roger Lodge, maybe they feel the exact same way we do. They just gotta get this positive shit, this positive crap, because they got nothing else to say. They're being paid under the table to say this shit. And maybe they don't want to. But they got to because they gotta provide a family, they gotta provide a livelihood for their families. Because they don't know if they're gonna get hired by somebody else if they get let go by the Angels. Saw Roger Lodge on a clip today, and I'm like, I guess whatever. Well, I don't know what channel they are, and he's talking about the Angels and shit like that. And of course, he promotes, and he's like, "Well, you can come out this upcoming some weekend and get the camo hat or some shit." For a quote unquote diehard Angel fan like Roger Lodge, there's no fucking shot he has. I know. I have to know deep down. Roger Lodge 100% is not liking this product, and I bet you he's 100% frustrated. You want to know why I know that? Roger Lodge made a fucking tweet about how upset I think the Angels lost and another blown game, and he made a tweet where you could tell, okay, he's probably pissed. And then obviously the next night and the next day he comes out positively. So clearly the Angels saw his post and said, "Hey, man, you're not speaking any negative shit about us, right?" And I was like, "Okay, no, 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 I'm sorry, sorry." So I would not be shocked if Roger Lodge isn't as frustrated as we are. And maybe deep down he knows that Artie Moreno should sell the team, but he can't say that. A better known, thing is I was watching Locked On Angels today, and one of the Super Halo brothers went to the game on Friday in the dugout in that dugout section behind home plate, right? And they said the bartender there, even the bartender, they said like, I'm like, they said, man, they telling the bartender, I wish you could buy the team and own the team. And the bartender for the fucking Angels, mind you, this is the guy that works for the fucking Angels, the bartender in their dugout club was literally like, I trust me, if I could, I would, because this would not be the product that That's basically what the freaking that's basically what the fucking employee said. And who's to fucking say that other fucking employees feel the exact same way? Shit, for all we know, the ticket sales staff might be feeling the exact same way and guess what? And also too, if you do watch Locked On Angels, they said they have a few connects who actually work inside the organization that feel the exact same way we do as fans. Frustrated, pissed, just flat out done. And the fact that we're all collectively upset and angry at the owner. There is, I would not be shocked if the entire staff that's not in the front office, anybody hired by the Angels is not in the front office or in Artie's circle is probably pissed. I guarantee you they're all pissed. And they're like, dude, we should be a better fucking team. But we're led by a guy that has no business on wanting to do what was fucking right. It's probably a fucking shame for them to walk in that fucking building and just be like, we could do so much better. But we're being led by an incompetent boss who doesn't know what he's fucking doing. They're obviously going to Arnie Moreno. And again, I'm to end this shit off. What more else can I say about Artie Moreno? He just needs to sell the fucking team. I just don't get it. If you have no investment in wanting to make the product better, why are you owning the team? Just be done with it and sell it. There's no point in you owning the team if you have no aspirations on putting any investment into it. You're just holding the organization hostage. You're holding your employees hostage, making their jobs harder. You're hurting the fucking fans. A loyal fan base, A loyal fan base. Because you want to get back at them because you look at us more than chump change and people to fill your fucking pockets. The fans go up to support and hope things fucking change. They don't go because to put money in your fucking pockets. They hope maybe today's the day they start a fucking change. And for people who want to go out there and fucking say, don't go to games, don't show up, guess what? It's not going to matter. Not going to games, not going to nothing is not going to change anything. Look what that did for fucking the Athletics. They packed up shop and they left town. And they'll be playing in Las Vegas in a few years. It also doesn't help that, guess what? TV contracts, merchandise sales. You don't have to buy tickets to go to games, and you can boycott as much as you want, but guess what? Artie Moreno is still making money off the TV fucking deals, off of merch sales and shit like that. MLB regular revenue will still filter in through Artie Moreno. So realistically, for people that want to say don't go to games, he's still making fucking money through TV deals, dumbasses. That ain't gonna change anything. Just not going to fucking games. And then it won't change because Angels are still top in attendance. Now, if you do, now what the fans need to do when they go to these fucking games is they need to voice their frustration. Instead of having this, whatever. They need to go up in there with signs that say, sell the team. There needs to be chants of sell the fucking team throughout Angel Stadium. Something that ticks fucking Artie Moreno off, that pisses his ass off, where he knows he can't do a goddamn thing about it. He can't tell thousands of people to fucking leave the stadium and escort it out the building because they're chanting sell the team. He can't do that. And see, that will happen. Angels broadcast will try to tune it out. But guess what? The opposing broadcast, they'll just let it hang all out. Apparently, there's going to be some sort of rally at one of the games this homestand where Angel fans are going to get together and protest against Artie Moreno and trying to get him to sell the team. I hope that gets a lot of fucking traction. I hope that gets people to want to go and support and absolutely be there. And it's people in droves that feel the exact same way. And guess what? This is a movement. Not some 1 or 2, maybe 10 people show up. No, there's got to be like a good 100 people there at this rally to go against Artie. Like, it's got to be a conjunction. And if that's the case, I hope that's happening. I hope I see it on Twitter. Because the more we get more Angel fans voicing their opinions, voicing the fact that they got it, they're chanting, sell the team, sell the team. Not at just outside the stadium, but at the fucking games, during the fucking games, when the Angels getting their fucking backs blown the hell out. There needs to be somebody in the section that's standing chanting, sell the team, and get everybody else in the fucking in the stadium, in the section to chant, sell the team, sell the team. It's got to be unison to where the entire stadium is chanting, sell the team. If you're going to go to games, use your fucking voice. Get other Angel fans to say, like, hey, you may not like it, but come on, do it with me. Chant it. Don't do the dumbass wave. Do the chant. Make your voices heard, because guess what? Earlier this season, when John Carpino came out there to throw the first pitch, his ass rightfully got fucking booed by the fans. And then you see, of course, on Twitter, they show freaking Artie Moreno's face, and he looked fucking pissed. Because he knows these fucking guys hate me. They hate my boy. He's pissed. He gets pissed. He gets triggered. The more you see that shit, any of his cronies getting booed on the field, his ass getting booed on the field if he ever shows up, because he doesn't got the balls to show up and confront fucking fans. Had the balls to show up, Hardy, and take the fucking lashing you rightfully deserve. And the more you chant sell the team, it will get under his fucking skin. And you want to know what? There's not a damn thing he can do about it. Artie Moreno is a completeless, coward, gutless, dumbass, idiotic owner that is owning this organization to the fucking ground. And I don't give a crap. I don't care if this break YouTube guidelines. When the fucking guy dies, I will be throwing a fucking party. I don't care. I don't care. When the guy fucking dies, I will be throwing a fucking party. Whether he was owning the team at that point in time or not. Because he ruined a bunch of fucking Angel fans' lifetime. Because his incompetencies. Because he doesn't want to get out of his own way. He hasn't paid not one guy past 2027 because he's hoping, he's praying for a fucking lockout to happen. Because he knows if the lockout happens, the only guys that got to relatively pay is fucking Trout. That's why I'm not paying anybody on a big contract. That's why everybody's getting a 1-year fucking deal. My GM got a 1-year deal. My coach got a 1-year deal. I don't want to pay anybody a lot of money during the fucking lockout. He's praying for the lockout. And I could only fucking hope after the lockout is done, he is like, all right, I'm good. We got what we wanted. I can now finally sell this team off to somebody else. I hope that's the plan. I hope that comes to fruition. Honestly, like I said, I want a lockout to happen because I don't like what the fucking Dodgers are doing. I think that's asinine. But if there's a lockout, and then after the lockout ends, and there is a report that says Artie Moreno is putting his team up for sale, and the sale is complete, I'll be throwing a fucking party. I might go outside, go buy me a fucking cake, and just eat it for myself and just be like, this guy is fucking gone. And then I hope whoever the new owner is of this team understands that this organization has been put in the drizzling shits and that this owner will put as much investment as he can in this organization to make them a winner. They luckily got Artie to fork over cash to make a fucking pitching lab in the spring training facility. That's how you know it's fucking terrible. But anyways, that's all I gotta say, dude. And one more thing. He doesn't care about the safety. How the hell are you gonna have fucking rats and fucking possums around your stadium? That means you're not doing the proper audits and the proper checks. Just looking at that alone, your stadium would fucking fail for health and safety protocols. That shows me, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, he doesn't give a fuck. You got animals out there that can carry diseases, that can kill people, running around your fucking stadium, potentially getting into your food. Do you fucking care about that? No, you don't. And I forgot to mention too. I'm not like a crazy hockey guy. I'm not. But did you look at what happened across the street in the Honda Center? You saw the fucking Anaheim Ducks go to the second round of the playoffs, have a successful season. They beat the Edmonton Oilers, who's trying to get over the cusp with Connor McDavid of winning a Stanley Cup. They went to 6 games against the Vegas Golden Knights, another good team in hockey. They have a bright future. They embraced Orange County. They went back to their retro fucking design But the only difference is instead of going back to the old school colors, they just incorporated the orange and the black with their new color scheme, but they just have the new logo or the retro logo. The Ducks embrace Orange County. That's why around the stadium, and I've been to a few Ducks games this year. One with a friend and one by myself for anime night. Because I love anime. And they have a whole nice parking structure. They're building more shit around the stadium. I think it's called like OC Live or whatever. Because the organization knows no. Anaheim is a market. It is a successful market. And the fans in Anaheim are passionate. You provide them a winning team, they will come out and they will support. I don't know if Artie Moreno ever watched any of the playoff games the Ducks had. But how can you look at what that is? The players went to one of the Ducks games. They went to the closeout game against the Oilers. And they were supporting the local team. And then, of course, they turn it around and they fucking lose the next night out. But if you're Artie Moreno and you look at any of that atmosphere, even if he even tuned into the games, how the hell do you look at that? You look at the fans who are more than likely Angel fans too, be that supportive, come out in droves and support this team in the way they supported the team. And go out to games and be like, okay, see, this is what happens. Is this guy not friends with the Ducks owner? And from what I'm hearing from Ducks fans, the owner finally took a step back and he let the hockey guys do the hockey work. He said, what did you need? You need the money? I'll give it to you. I'll stay out the way. Because they know he knows. I'll just make the fucking money back. If we're got a successful team, these fans will come out to games every now and then. I just don't know how you look across the street and the Ducks have figured it out. They were bad for a couple of years, the last few years, as bad as the Angels. And the Ducks figured it out. The owner light bulb came off and said, I got to stay out of the business. I got to stay out of the operation. I'm going to let the guys I hired, my hockey guys, my GM, his player personnel staff, the coach, I'm let them do their jobs. I'm going to let them do their jobs. I'm going to stay back. I'm going to be in my suite. All I'm going to ask them is what do you need? I'll provide it to them. And then guess what? We're going to put a successful team on the ice. And guess what? It's going to pay off tenfold because we'll make that money fucking back. There's going to be losses here and there. But regardless, these people will make the money back. Artie Moreno's afraid that he won't make the money back. That's why he's stingy with his money. But the fact that you can look across the fucking street at a Honda Center and say, that's what the fucking Angels need to be. I can only imagine if the Ducks and the Angels are great at the same time. If that's the case, the Anaheim is on fire. The city of Anaheim is living it up. But I saw the perfect example. The Ducks look like that new refurbished house, brand new house that you just bought, and the fucking Angels are the fucking old decrepit fucking house that is broken down. It's got caution tape around it saying caution, please avoid. And it's just ran down. The water goes out over and over. You get what I mean. I saw that post on a Twitter post. So that's all I gotta fucking say. It just pisses me off that the fucking Angels, Artie Moreno is just owning this team into the fucking. I'm just done. I'm just done. So I'm not gonna talk about Angels baseball anymore. I think I'm done. The next time I talk about Angels baseball is when Artie Moreno eventually sells this team. If I'm still doing videos at this point in time, whenever that happens, that's when you'll get a video talking about Angels baseball. I'm just as frustrated as many Angel fans are. I'm sick and tired of the bullshit that we keep being subjected to. And that's the thing. But if there's one shining light in the tunnel, all I know is this. I'll still be an Angel fan, even though Artie Moreno is owning the team, and I'll still be an Angel fan after he's no longer owning this team. So, regardless, I hope the Angels lose 100 games. Permanente and Kurt Suzuki get fucking fired. And I hope that if we do have a lockout and after the lockout ends, I hope that's when Artie Moreno puts the team back up for fucking sale. The sale goes through, and then we're good. Anyways, I'm gonna get out for guys. Catch you guys next video. Leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more sports content on the channel and things like that. And yeah, are you a passionate Angel fan that feels the exact same way like I do? Are you just a baseball fan on the outside that understands what the fuck we've been dealing with? But anyways, I'm gonna get out for guys. Catch you guys next video. Till then, guys. Peace.